words from our mouths. The months are passing very fast, actually. I wasn't meant to say months, but let's go with that. The months are passing very fast. It's very nearly April. James, how have you been?
It's April Fool's tomorrow.
It is April Fool's tomorrow. We should have recorded an April Fool's and then razzled each other. Really razzled. What the fuck? I can't speak today.
I've also realised every opening in podcast you ask how I am, and I never actually answer you at that point.
No, we never get round to asking how I am, so it's just one of those things.
It's because I don't care.
No, I don't care how you are either. It's just I've got to sort of segue you into it and get you talking. Otherwise, I'll just talk to myself. And that piece of frickin' Play-Doh that's still on my desk.
Carrot.
Play-Doh.
I'm okay. How are you?
Yes, thanks.
Right, that's that done.
Okay, cool. Now onto the meaty stuff. What's objectively the best flavour of crisp?
There's no objectivity about it. It's sweet salt and vinegar McCoy's.
McCoy's? Wow, okay. I didn't expect that from you. I expected you to move more like a What's-Its kind of guy.
I do like.
But then again, you would choose something that could be claimed as man crisps because you like to overcompensate. So yeah, that makes sense.
My fragile masculinity, yes.
Yeah.
I just really like McCoy's salt and vinegar crisps, to be honest. I do like most crisps. I don't like
it comes to Ridge Cut,
unless it skips.
I love skips. When it comes to Ridge Cut, I like Frisps better.
I don't think I've ever had Frisps.
Then you're missing out.
What are the strongest crisp?
Strongest as in hardest to chew or the most flavour?
Well, just on the word strongest, I can say one crisp for you and you're going to go and you'll just agree with me.
Oh, okay.
Salt and vinegar discos.
Oh, yeah.
But they're just strong, aren't they? They're hard. They're very salt and vinegary.
Why are they so salt and vinegary though? Where are we getting all this excess salt and vinegar from? Is that what chippies have left over? They just throw it on discos?
Well, no, because I reckon you could drink a bottle of vinegar nicer than eating salt and vinegar discos.
I just don't like discos, actually, to be honest with you.
For anybody not from the UK, the salt and vinegar disco is just the world's strongest crisp.
That reminds me of...
wait, stop. No, wait. Okay. Before I forget, because I will forget. We mentioned all our listeners last week. We forgot to mention Kirkwall. I'm sorry, we're mentioning you now. You get your own special mention. Carry on.
Kirkwall, of course. We didn't mention you. One of our most loyal viewers as well. How rude of us.
Yeah, they shouted at us in the comments. So
literally watched every single episode. Sometimes more than once, actually. I have it on good authority.
This is the you section of the podcast. You can claim this and have this as your own.
You've got about 40 seconds dedicated to you.
How do you feel? Put it in the comments.
Which is longer than James has ever dedicated to a woman before.
I get what I want done. I'm done.
Oh, no, see, you can't say
why
that.
Why waste time? Efficiency.
Now, on with your day.
I'm a busy person. She doesn't want to be there. I don't. Well, I probably didn't want to be there. She's just throwing me a bone, literally.
Oh, God almighty. All right, I'm going to change things back to
make
food.
Make my deposit and leave.
My least favourite... oh, God, stop it. My least favourite sugary snack is flying saucers.
I like about 4, and then it's too many.
The sugar paper makes me want to be sick.
Well, don't eat them then.
I don't. That's why I just thought I'd let you know that I hate
them. There are worse sweets, though. I really don't like licorice, but that might be because I'm allergic to it.
That's a good reason to not like it. There's a good reason to not eat it. It's not a good reason to not like it.
Every time I eat it, I throw up.
Oh. Is that... No. This is because of the quantity that you eat, James. I've told you that 1 metric... That's right, Happy. Metric ton is too much licorice.
Even the smell of it almost makes me vomit.
I don't really like licorice myself.
Same with Sambuca. It's the aniseed in it that doesn't agree with me.
James, do you like Dr. Pepper?
Yes.
Oh, get out. Get out of your podcast.
Dr.
Pepper? I don't like it.
But back to the aniseed, it's weird because when my mum loves licorice, and when she was pregnant with me, she was addicted to it. She said she was eating like a shit ton. So I reckon I've had my fill. I've had the limit I could possibly have.
Ah, okay, that must be what. Yeah, okay. So when my mum was pregnant with me, she had already been to school, which meant I had had enough of school by the time I got there. It's all starting to make sense so much now.
What did Charlotte crave with?
That sounds like my mum was pregnant in school with me. That's not the case. I'm sure she was like 25. What did Charlotte crave when she was pregnant? Coke. Not cocaine.
Okay.
But Coke from a tap. You know, like from behind a bar or something.
Better type of Coke. Did you have to go at 4 a.m. somewhere to find Coke?
No, but there was one time we did go. I can't remember where we went actually. It was before I drove. Well, I technically had a license, but I didn't have a car until after.
Automobile.
Yes. What did we do? I think we walked like really far away to the because like the pub that was nearby was closed or something like that. I vaguely remember something being a problem. We walked quite a hell of a distance for a Coke from a pub. There's a long silence for you. Yeah, I thought you would break it, but never mind.
I was waiting for you to break it.
Oh,
Except
I
expected more to that story, to be honest.
No, well, actually, we walked a long way for a Coke. We got a Coke. We walked all the way back. That's the story. It's there and back again. A boring tale. I had a nice day. It was very sunny. This is terrible content, James. What the hell's happening?
It's our usual content.
Oh yeah, sorry. I got confused and thought we were somebody good. Okay, so here's something for you.
I was trying to see how long I could leave that silence that time.
No,
can we make an hour-long podcast of silence?
Why don't
it's
we
probably
just
the best
not
podcast we'd
record
ever make.
anything? Yeah, actually, I'd agree with that. Save
Just
everybody's ears and imagination.
Background noise and a slight rustle as we move.
The slight rustle as you eat sherbet lemons in the background.
Sherbet lemons in fucking years. What's your favourite hard candy? Candy? Sweet?
Fox's Glacier Fruits.
They're pretty good. I love rhubarb and custards.
Ugh. Not a fan.
I do really, really like rhubarb.
I think we're going to call this episode Small Talk because it's just...
Shit. We might end up with a topic eventually. We've got another 53 minutes to find one.
Oh God, 53 minutes of you still. You're not supposed to say it this early on the podcast. It's damaging to my mental health.
I'm damaging to your mental health.
Yes, you are.
That is my job.
Speaking of damage, okay, I'm not a fan of wireless earphones.
Have we got a topic? Oh, why not? They're great.
Only because I've not owned a pair yet, but I guarantee that when I do own a pair, I will always forget to charge them. So every time I want to use them, I'm like, oh shit, not charge them.
I used to have a set of Corsair Void ones. I don't anymore, but I used to. And you could use them and charge. So you could have them wired or wireless.
That's
but if you had them plugged in, they'd charge. They'd still charge. So you could be using them while they're charging. It would take like 20 minutes, half hour to fully charge them. So especially if you're having a long day, I could leave them charging for a little bit and then unplug them and they'll be fine. Although I think quite a few people I play games with are glad I no longer have them because I'd forget to take them off when I went to the toilet.
Yeah, I remember those days. And actually, I was more talking about like AirPods, like in-ear stuff, not headsets.
See, I have a set of AirPods. I'm on my 4th set of AirPods. Don't put AirPods in the washing machine.
Not machine washable.
I generally only ever use one at once. So one's charging while I'm using them.
Okay.
And obviously they charge in the case.
But you see now.
And then when I open the case to put them on, it tells me on my phone what's the charge left in the case, and if it's red, I just plug them in at work while I've got one in my ear still. So I very rarely run out. And if I do run out, like this morning I went to put them in, they weren't working at all. Plug them in for like 10 minutes and you get like a good 2-3 hours listening anyway, so and then
that's
you
more
switch
than I'd
them
ever
over.
need them for. Now
then
the
you can
second
switch them
reason,
over and just alternate like that.
Yeah, the second reason I don't like them is because I'm from that I grew up in that dodgy age of wireless technology where it wasn't very good, and I just don't trust them to be as good as sound quality or to just like skip and jump and bleh, and lose connection all the time. Which I know they won't because so many people use them happily all the time. However, at work a couple of days ago, I was doing stuff that allowed me to just put some music on and carry on, and I snapped the wire of my headphones, which made me think perhaps it's time for me to stop being a grumpy old 19th century dickhead and get myself a pair of wireless earphones. But I don't want to pay ridiculous prices, and they're so expensive.
There are cheaper, good ones out there.
Send recommendations then.
There are cheaper, okay ones out there. The thing is, you're just going to judge me more because it's me. But as well as a Razer fanboy, I'm an Apple fanboy as well. I know that's terrible because they do make the overpriced products. They're not as overpriced as they used to be. Well, no, they're still the same, as expensive as they were, but everybody else has caught up to them.
Yeah, everybody else has gone overpriced. It's not got any better.
Yeah. But I absolutely love my AirPods. They're so comfortable. They're so they just connect so seamlessly. I have an iPhone. They do work with Android. Apparently, I don't know how well, obviously, because I don't.
Wait,
have
actually,
Android.
there's a point. Can you get the ones that are like the classic earbud things that just sit in your ears? They're not the ones that push straight into your fucking ear canal.
Yes.
Oh, good, because I cannot stand the ones that push into your ears. I don't know how anybody uses them.
On the Apple ones that push into your ears are the Pros, and the non-Pro version don't push into your ear. They just sit on your ear like a normal pair of headphones.
But it's so hard to get the ones that sit in your ear, even the wired ones nowadays. I had to scour Reddit for recommendations on earphones that just sit in your ear, because they're all making these ones that you shove down your ear canal. Who wants that? Why is that comfortable for
Noise
anybody?
cancelling.
I don't give a fuck. It's not
why
comfortable.
they do it.
You know what else is noise cancelling? A fucking rusty girder in your head.
But yeah.
Now I said rusty girders and I want iron brew, for fuck's sake.
The reason you have to push in ear ones is for noise cancelling.
But it's not comfortable.
Well, you can get different size ones that make it more comfortable.
I got some that had like you do the little rubber guard thing that you can change the size on, things like that. Yeah. And I tried every size in that, and all of them made me want to die.
Yes, but not everybody likes it. You may not like them. Other people do.
I know, but that's fine.
People are entitled to their opinion, Pete.
I'm okay with people liking them. What I'm not okay with is the fact that 99.9% of earphones have been replaced by that design, and it's difficult for me to get a hold of the ones I like to use. That's annoying.
I get that. So just buy AirPods.
Okay,
just not Pros.
Well, I don't want AirPods. I mean, I don't use Apple products anyway, so AirPods wouldn't be suitable and compatible with what I use anyway.
They work with Android. I said I don't. Some of the features are lost, but they work with Android. The only annoying thing of them is if you fucking... I don't know about these ones.
What, with the washing machine?
That. I ran over one as well once.
Okay, I can see that happening in your workplace.
I was leaning out of a car trying to listen to something, and I didn't have anything playing. It was just resting in my ear. And I was like slowly moving forwards and backwards trying to get a big to squeak, and it fell out and I went straight over it. I was like, for fuck's sake.
That's kind of annoying, actually. Even that story. Whoop, please, did you hear that?
Whoop, whoop, this is under the police. You
can tell I'm in the north.
I thought they had bells still, didn't they? Ding, 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 ding,
no,
ding.
That one, that car's come up from the south. Around here they just have a guy stood on top going, Weber.
You want that job, don't you?
Ears. I keep applying.
I could see you being a town crier as well. Who's the really annoying cunt with a loud voice? Pete!
I'd be more like a town crier, as in like I sit in the middle of the town centre just sobbing my eyes out.
That'd work as well, I suppose.
Yes,
you might get some money. The sign saying, not homeless, just sad.
Yeah.
I have a very nice home, thank you very much. Please give me change, I need a more iron brew.
I do need more iron brew.
I'm going to keep mentioning it all throughout the podcast just to annoy you.
What was the thing that you said that we need to make our own flavour, or was it something...
G-Sups.
G-Sups. Ugh.
We're going to get famous, and we're going to get iron brew flavoured.
No.
See, if you'd like and share the podcast, pass it over there. We can annoy Pete by growing. So if you really want to annoy Pete, share the podcast with your friends.
I strongly advise against that, only because if you show this to your friends and they listen to it, they will severely judge you. They'll be like, yeah, but listen to that.
But of that one, Pete, they may no longer be your friends, and that's exactly what you want in life, less friends.
Well, I cannot show this to any friends because I don't have any friends to show it to.
What am I?
The other person in the podcast.
But am I not a friend?
No.
Oh.
To reinforce that, we've never met.
I'm coming up in 21 days.
Well, good for you.
27 days. I know where you work.
Days.
I'm going to come see you.
Hang on. 27. So the 27th is when you're coming up, yeah?
Yes. That's why it's really easy to work out at the minute.
I'm booking that off.
Well, so you're not at work? I'm up there for the weekend, mate.
Bollocks. I'm always off weekends. Yeah, screw you.
I'm actually heading back Monday as well.
I'll be in my panic room for 8 days, just in case. A couple of days either side.
A couple of days either side just to clear it out.
I'm nothing if not cautious.
Why do you not want to meet me?
I don't want to meet anybody, James. Don't take it personally.
I'm going to work out enough. I'm going to text Charlotte. Shut up, enough.
You're going to what, sorry?
Text Charlotte.
Text her then.
She'll tell me where you live.
She best not, otherwise she won't live here.
If I just turn up anyway, you're just going to blame Charlotte, aren't you?
Yes. It would be too convenient otherwise.
Jill knows where you live.
Yeah.
Jill would like to annoy you.
If she can remember my address, I'd be so surprised.
But I'm sure she'd enjoy annoying you.
Well, yeah, I cannot fault that logic.
Wait, your brother listens to the podcast, and your mum. One of you, send me his address, and I'll go see him. I'm going to be
Nobody send James my address. It's bad enough they have to sit and talk to him. Do you really want to curse me with anything else?
We can make a live podcast.
This is a live podcast.
As in, we're not across Discord, so you don't go crackling the whole time I'm fucking recording.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
No, we're not doing that.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
Comment below if you'd like a live podcast.
Okay, if you want a live podcast, I'll just stream one for you.
No, it doesn't count.
That's a live podcast. This is a live podcast, James. We're recording and speaking to each other live. You're not sending a voice clip to me and I'm replying 2 days later.
We don't release this live, though.
No.
Oh, is it truly live?
Well, no, but it wouldn't. It would be exactly the same if you were here recording. It wouldn't be a live podcast. It'd be a one-to-one podcast.
It'd be an hour of thumping noises as you hit me in the face over and over again.
Just ending with "right, he's dead" and that click. That's it. End of words from our mouths.
What if I bring iron brew? Can I see you?
You can leave the iron brew at the door.
What if the Scotch pancakes as well?
You can leave the Scotch pancakes with them.
If I leave a trail of them going up the floor, would you eventually follow them into a car?
Ooh, a piece of candy, yes, would definitely work on me. It wouldn't be the first time I've been trapped into things because people left a trail of something I like. Ooh, look, a new Warhammer figure. Ooh, look, a new Warhammer figure.
Ooh, look, I've been implicit in a murder. Shit. Ooh, piece of candy. So what have you got planned for next month? It's not 27 days, think about it. It's 57 days because it's not April, it's May I'm coming up in.
Oh, for God's sake.
I forgot April existed.
Right, okay. So, what have I got planned next month? In April, I'm taking a week off work because Elliot's coming down again, which means I'm going to make more videos with him because we're having a great time doing stuff like that. Which means we may miss a podcast that week.
Yes,
we may do. I will still try, but it's when the older one's here, the younger one doesn't want to sleep, so it becomes difficult logistically.
Unless we record it like Saturday night, because then we can just record it like 11 o'clock at night.
Yes, I don't want to do that. What is my other plans? I'm planning on streaming a lot more because I dropped the ball with streaming recently.
Because you suck.
Yeah, mostly.
Ooh.
Well, no, because I was painting Warhammer a lot.
What are we
But now I'm going to try and rebalance myself.
We're streaming Friday.
That's tomorrow.
It is. This podcast comes out Sunday. We streamed 2 days ago.
Oh, yeah, we streamed 2 days ago. Take that. Well, maybe. I've still not bought the game.
I've still not set up the server. I've got to do that tomorrow evening.
Oh, okay. So at least we're both unorganised. Which is kind of on brand, really.
Yeah. But we're going to do it because other people are expecting us to do it and we've told them when we're doing it.
You're going to have to tell me what we're streaming again because I've already forgot.
Space engineers.
Space engineers, that was what it was.
You're going to get lost in space.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because, yeah, the little guy uses nitrogen to fly around in his jetpack. And if you run out of nitrogen, you just float away. So you have to keep an eye on your nitrogen.
But don't put your eye in the nitrogen.
I mean, you could if you want to.
Oh.
You wouldn't have an eye for
I
much
don't
longer.
want to. That's a bit boring, isn't it?
You're a bit boring.
Thank you. Finally, someone noticed.
Oh, we noticed a long time ago.
Oh, well, don't be rude.
You just said thank you.
That's all my plans. Well, yeah. I don't know what. I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm saying, and I'll forget in 20 minutes when we finish recording. So I'm at. Can you hear another siren?
Yeah, I can. Do you want some more iron brew?
Do I want some more iron brew?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just going to keep reminding you. So you want iron brew? Have you got any in the house?
No, not at the minute. I drank it. Well, I didn't. I've not bought any for a while actually because I forgot.
They're going to go out of business.
I don't think so. God, I'm going to have to spend £10.84.
Yes.
I mean, that is on offer.
How much is it normally?
I'll tell you what, James. Why don't you spend $45.99 on a 4-pack and give it out to everybody who's playing?
I've already bought a 4-pack once before, which is why me, Claw, Arthur, and Jack all have it.
Oh. So you don't want to do it again?
No, not really. I don't have £45.
Well, never mind. I guess we're not streaming it because I'm not spending that much.
Sure.
Fine. Oh, God, James, it looks so confusing.
You find socks confusing?
But that's only because my socks have more than one hole in.
Buy new socks.
I don't know which one to put my feet in and which one to put my nose in.
What, put your nose in your socks?
How would I need to know where they've been.
But how come your nose can run but your feet can smell?
Because your eyes can see and your ears can hear.
What? Sorry, I didn't hear that. My ears aren't working.
That was... James, what are we talking about? I feel like I'm drunk.
Fucking no, we're just waffling at this point. What am I doing next month? It's literally fuck all next month. I'm actually saving money for May.
So that you can drive up north.
Well, I'm driving up. I've got a wedding. Basically, I'll be at work the first weekend of May. Then I have a wedding. Then hopefully I'll be going to watch Plymouth Argyle at Wembley in the playoffs. That's my plan. It's going to happen, and we're going to win. And then the weekend after that, I'm going to up north to see, well, not see you, because you won't meet me, but to go see My Chemical Romance and see Connor and Reese and all that lot.
My Chemical Romance. That's why you're coming up north?
Yes.
Oh my God. What a terrible reason.
It's free.
You know what? You couldn't pay me to go.
I like My Chemical Romance.
Why? Are you a 12-year-old girl?
I was.
Oh, okay.
18 years ago.
Fair enough.
No, I was probably about
How old are you?
14 when I got into My Chemical Romance. Also, wasn't a girl thinking about it, but...
When were you a girl?
1846.
That was really specific.
I was reincarnated. Many a time. I was a slow worm for a bit. I was a bit boring.
A what worm?
Slow worm.
I was a duck.
Are you that annoying duck from the Untitled Goose Game? That's a goose.
That's a goose, so probably not. No, I was a duck that walked up to the lemonade stand.
And he waddled away, waddle, waddle.
Yeah, that was me.
Till the very next day, bum, 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 bum.
You know, actually...
We've now got that in everybody's head, haven't we?
Well, like 4 people who listen, so yeah.
Which is everybody still.
Yeah, okay, everybody who's listening has it in their head now. Hey, but here's
if you
one
don't,
for you.
Go find it.
I got a message the other day, completely unprovoked. This isn't to do with the podcast. I don't know where it came from. It was a guy asking me to meet him in the woods to compare dick sizes, and the fucking weirdo didn't even show up.
Sorry, mate. I was busy. I was stuck in traffic.
I knew it was you.
I do have your number. I'll say, do I even have your number? I do. Because I phoned you once.
Why do you have my number?
Because you were late for Factorio stream.
Oh, yeah.
What were you doing?
Just being late, eating pizza.
Yeah, of course you were.
Sitting around.
You told me why you were late.
I didn't tell you.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes.
I thought she told you.
No, I said, were you doing adult things? And you went, yes.
Oh.
And then Charlotte confirmed it afterwards.
Fair enough. And by adult things, children, he means paying bills.
Yes. Why are children listening to us podcast? Oh, you little cunt, stop listening. I showed them.
Flump.
Flump. We said.
Oh, that's right. We've got a TikTok now.
We have a TikTok. We put a video on. I call you a flump.
There is a video on TikTok. Actually, by the time this goes out, there may be more than one, right, James?
For fuck's sake. I know another one I want.
I only said maybe.
I know another one I want, but I can't find out what episode it's from. Which is Spider-Crate.
What are you trying to get? Spider. I'm sure it's like episode 3 or 4. I don't think it was.
Do you want to go listen to our old episodes to find it?
No.
No, I do not.
No, I don't. I don't even want to do the podcast. Never mind, listen to it.
Yeah, you're still here every week, most weeks.
Most weeks, yeah. Get your facts straight.
We can't claim every week. We have missed a couple.
Yeah, we do miss him. We miss him quite frequently, to be honest. But I mean, who cares? Nobody's listening.
We're frequently inconsistent, but we have a guest next week as well.
A guest that would probably cause people to listen, actually, as well. So we'll have to be on our best behaviour, try not to talk over each other. Maybe be slightly engaging as well. I don't like. It's a bit much pressure on me.
I don't want to get engaged, mate. We're still too close in our relationship.
As if anyone would ask you to marry him. I'm sorry, that was so.
Ouch! I'm going to go cry myself to sleep.
I feel really bad, actually, after the failed engagement proposal that you had as well. I'm sorry.
Actually propose.
No, you didn't. No. I'm pretty sure that was on one of the podcasts as well, though, wasn't it?
Might have been, I don't know.
I don't remember it. I don't know. Maybe. Let's not tell that story. That's depressing.
It is.
That made me genuinely sad for a long time. That I felt so bad for you.
You're
and then
welcome.
I remembered who you were, and I felt fine again.
Pig deserves it.
No, you didn't deserve it at all. But if it's going to happen to anyone, it might as well be you.
Thanks, mate.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Do you want to say who the guest is?
Well, yeah, sure. It's a Final Fantasy speedrunner. I don't know how he says his name.
I wasn't sure. That's why you're saying it.
Yeah, I know. See, I've always said E-Swoogie, but I hear Swug a lot. S-Swoogie. I'm going to call him Jamie. There's a reason for that, though. He'll understand.
Is that his name?
He's. No, actually, it's not. That's why it's funny. I didn't realise that you didn't know that wasn't his name.
No, I've watched two streams of his.
No, right, okay. The reason some of us call him Jamie is his downstairs neighbour didn't hear his name properly and started calling him Jamie, and he just rolled with it. He just didn't correct him.
I had a friend who, when she moved out of her flat, said goodbye to her downstairs neighbour called Brian.
Yeah.
She'd had dinner with this bloke before. Many a chats. Obviously, they were neighbours. They were quite close neighbours and all that lot. His name was not Brian.
Oh.
Brian was his dog's name.
Oh. How did you get that confused?
Because the important person she met when she was in the house was the dog, obviously. The thing is, she can especially remember calling him Brian.
And he just went with it.
Apparently. Never corrected her.
Well, I suppose it's the same as Jamie, right? You know.
Yeah, but it was his dog.
Yeah.
I'm sure his name was something like Phil or something like nothing, not even close. Nobody was misheard. It was.
I'd be happy though if somebody mistakenly called me Gertrude Perkins II, which is the guinea pig. I wouldn't correct them. I mean, that's a very.
Isn't that only your
name.
special name in
happy.
bed though?
It's who I am in the fairy tales when we fight the dragon.
Yeah, of course you are.
When Charlotte reads me a bedtime story with my warm milk.
Oh, she's hitting you with a bat.
Go to sleep.
Fucking sleep.
And the very same bat that she hits me with after I fell asleep to try and stop me snoring as well. So it's just many reasons to beat me with that bat. Oh, good lord, I'm covered in bruises. She doesn't really abuse me.
Do you wake up with bruises and broken bones a lot?
No, I do wake up. Actually, no, I do wake up with a lot of bruises, but I don't know whether I
are
get
they
them
cricket bat shaped?
Or... no, they're not. But what? Oh, Charlotte's shouting at me now.
Because you've admitted that you get beaten on the podcast.
I don't get beaten at all. She's nice to me.
She's telling you to say this, isn't she? She stood over your shoulder.
Hang on.
Cough twice.
She's always been nice to me, and Charlotte, I can't read your handwriting.
So cough twice if you're being forced feed.
I'm afraid. Oh God, she's so close as well. I'm gonna get a beating. She didn't beat me until today.
You probably deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, all in all, fair game, really. Oh dear.
I just realised we didn't discuss what we did during the week because I did a thing. I went outside.
Oh, you did a thing? Oh my God, why? No, you have to go outside to go to work.
Yeah. What did you do for your thing? Did you do anything? Have you done anything since the last podcast?
What have I done? No.
Why not?
I've been far too tired to do anything, which is why we're recording on Thursday instead of Wednesday.
I was eating noodles. Is another reason.
But all the energy seems to have just been drained from me as soon as I get home from work now, which admittedly, oh my God, sorry, which is admittedly quite early on in the day, but then by the time it gets to 8 o'clock when we're supposed to do this, it was just no chance, absolutely no chance.
We could do it early if you wanted.
Right now, I'm surviving on caffeine and glucose tablets.
Listen, we could do it early if you wanted. You're the one that says 8 o'clock.
I know, but it's when little one's gone to bed and you're not going to hear in the background, which is probably much nicer to listen to than the shit we talk about.
Would you like to know the thing I did?
No.
Okay.
But the people listening might, so go ahead and tell them whilst I pick my nails.
I got shot.
You got shot?
Yes, multiple times.
Yeah, I remember now. I remember you getting shot.
My leg was covered in bruises.
You posted a picture of your bullet holes.
Yes.
Which weren't really holes, they were like blisters.
Welt, I think is the correct term.
A what?
A welt.
A welt?
Yes.
Okay.
I went paintball.
They were more like welts.
Paintball's fun. I spent way too much money on paintball.
Fun. How many paintballs did you buy, roughly?
800? 900.
That's not bad.
For half a day.
That's bad.
I think I averaged like 150 paintballs a game.
And 0 hits.
No, because it was for stag night, and so we got stupid shirts as you do, and all of us had black ones, which had it was like a black t-shirt, but it had a bow tie on it, and made it look like a shirt. It had like your collar and all that lot, but it was just stuck on, and it said Lance Stag at the bottom. Lance was the groom. His was white with black on it rather than black with white on it, so he very obviously stood out in the woods in a white t-shirt.
Yes, it would do.
We did this with other people. It wasn't just us going. There was our group went. There was only 7 of us, and there was a couple of other groups all get up. So they put all of us into one big game.
Yeah.
Everybody targeted the guy running around in the white t-shirt.
Well, they would as well.
There was one point where I saw him running square at me, and me and these 2 guys I didn't know either side of us all just stood up and literally unloaded as many paintballs as we could into him. I was literally stopped dead. You could see them exploding off his chest as he started screaming and running the other way.
I've only been paintballing once.
You just heard this, ow, 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 fuck. I'm here. Didn't stop us shitting him.
It does hurt though.
It doesn't.
No, it depends where you get hit.
It just let
me tell you my paintballing story about where I got hit.
Was it in the plums?
So I went with it wasn't. I wish it was. Fucking hell. It wasn't even from a great distance either. It was really close up, and it wasn't even during one of the games. This was the worst part.
I've got a story on that afterwards, but go
on. So we went with work, and it was the staff day out.
Why did you go? I didn't think you went to work games.
It was this was the only one I went to because it was paintballing. So you know, and the lad I spent most of the day with, one of the lads, Chris, who has no idea there's even a podcast, so I don't think he'll ever hear this.
You could tell him
he paid for an upgrade to like an M16 model of his gun instead of just.
Was the company you went with called Delta Force?
It was like 8 years ago.
It probably was. They're one of the largest in the UK, and they have upgraded to M16s.
Well, maybe then. Anyway, we were in between games, and we were walking towards the next station, and he said, "I'm really glad I paid for this upgrade." And he sort of slung it over his shoulder, and I was walking next to him, and he shot a paintball, and it went right into the side of my head, and ended up with a large blister where my temple is. But that wasn't even that didn't hurt until later. Because like it just sort of startled me at first, and then it was afterwards when you take your goggles off and stuff. Yeah. It's like, oh crap. But the one that actually hurt me was it wasn't one shot. I accidentally shot one of the marshals, and they have automatic ones.
Did you regret shooting the marshal?
I didn't mean to shoot him, but he didn't know I didn't mean to, so he just unloaded into my back. And that really hurt, and it formed one big super bruise on my back. Just
see,
it was funny though.
No, because we obviously went with so there were other groups in there, And we were all ready to go. We were really organised. As soon as he said, like, next game, we were there ready to go, check your mask, straight and get your gun. Other people weren't as organised. They were, like, bimbling, which annoys me. We're wasting time.
What?
Bimbling.
Bimbling?
Yeah, bimbling around.
Okay.
Taking their time.
Bimble.
Annoying James. You never heard the word bimble?
David Bimbleby.
You never heard the word bimble before?
No.
Is it a southern thing?
Probably.
Alright, well, bimble, it just means, you know when someone's
just keep in mind that I don't speak to anybody ever, so it could be perfectly common.
Dawdling is another word.
Dawdling. I know dawdling.
Yeah, bimble's
See, we always said piddling when we when we were younger. My dad used to say, "You piddle about here, you piddle about there. You're always piddling." Yeah. Andy and Jill will love that.
Bimble was the equivalent for the educated part of the country. And yeah, so they were bimbling around. So we were stood masks on, guns ready to go, sort of thing, just waiting for them to walk us to the next arena. And so we were stood chatting, and my boss was like, "Does it hurt?" So this was the first thing. So he shot the stag square in the foot. He's just like,
"Oh, nice."
Yeah, a little bit, to be honest. Let's not shoot each other in the foot anymore. And we're like, "Oh, okay then." I was like, "I want to go," so I shot him in the foot. He's like, "Right, stop shooting me in the fucking foot." So my boss shoots him in the foot again. At this point, Lance gets annoyed, so he shoots. The boss is like trying to run away, so Lance manages to shoot him pretty much square up the asshole 3 times.
Nice.
Couldn't have been a better shot. That was quite funny. And so then we went up and did our games. At the end of it, at the end of the last game, if anyone's got any paintballs left, go back into the arena. We'll have a free-for-all. Now, I don't know why, but one of the guys that went with us, the arena was like a little barrel sort of thing. Everyone else stood around the edge, so there was no one behind you. For some reason, my mate decides to go, like, hide a little bit behind this barrel, about 6 foot in front of me. Yeah, I just unloaded square into his back.
Oh,
he was not. He turned around. "What the fuck are you?" Managed to shoot me very close to the gentleman's region, right in the inner thigh. That was a good one. And at this point, I'd then run out of paintballs, so I was just like, "Right, I'm out." Ducked out. And my boss was already out there. I didn't realise that he still had paintballs. We stood chatting and all that lot. And he shoots me square in the back of the knee while we're having a conversation from about 6 inches away.
Why would he do that?
Because it's my boss, and he's a prick.
Ah. You're not going to pay a rise, but here's some physical pain.
Yeah, when we went go-karting for Christmas, he decided instead of using the brake, he'd use everybody else's cart. He'd push you out the way.
That's how you're supposed to do it. That's how the Formula 1 drivers do it.
No, it's not. Some of them do.
It was this year.
But, yeah, so it's just like, right, okay, great. Then, afterwards, we were like, everybody come in. Right, turns out we had 2 stags and a birthday party. So they were like, right, both stags, both best men, and the guy whose birthday is, go stand 10 foot away. And basically what they made them do is link arms without a gun and just stand there while the rest of us had loaded the paintballs into them. That was fun.
That's a bit mean.
Well, as they said it, we were chatting with the master. I used to work at them. We used to do it all the time. And basically what happens is you fire like 2 or 3 shots and then they run away. And then everybody else goes back in and you have a free-for-all, but they just don't have guns. It's what they get for getting married. And but there was this one guy who was the best man of the other wedding, just stood there. Well, about 30 people shot him. He stood there for like 2 minutes. He must have taken about 200 paintballs. The whole front of him was just yellow. And afterwards, you're like, "Why didn't you run?" He was like, "I didn't think I was allowed to." On the verge of tears, sort of. It was quite a big, not fat, but quite a muscular, I'd imagine thinks he's quite a hard bloke. He's just like, "I'm okay." Fair play, you're brave, but you're fucking stupids. Oh, the first paintball that hit me, where we go, headshots don't count. First paintball, game started, very literally, like everybody go. Paintball hits me square in the mouthpiece. As I'm about to talk, so I just got a paint full of mouthful of paint, sorry.
A paint full of mouth. You heard it here first, folks.
So the next 10 minutes spitting paint out my mouth, which was not pleasant.
Oh, I imagine it wasn't.
Really good night. And then I had a really, really, really good steak when we went out afterwards.
Steak? I bet you had it rare, you disgusting piece of shit.
Medium rare.
Cook your food properly.
Do you have a steak well done?
Yep.
Oh, no, it's just a waste.
It's not a waste, it's delicious, it's safe to eat.
Eat cardboard.
It is, you just said it is. I'm editing this podcast. I'm changing this conversation completely.
You're not editing this podcast, you're too lazy. I'm editing this podcast.
I'm too lazy to even come to the podcast. Never mind editing.
You might as well just eat a piece of charcoal.
No, it's not even. No, it's not. It's not even that bad. It's just cooked, safe to eat.
You can eat
that's my
a
standard.
decent steak. You can eat freaking raw.
No, it's still a chance of food poisoning, James.
Yeah, but there's still a chance of food poisoning when you lick lampposts, but you still do it.
That's different. There are medical reasons that I do that.
Not medical reasons. Medical reasons are you're an idiot.
No, the medical reasons is that it's officially a bright idea.
You've never had a bright idea.
No. Well, there was that one time that I switched the light on. That was a bright idea.
But where we went for this food, we go there quite a lot.
Thank you for skipping over that.
Yeah, I'm just ignoring you now. But it's a Greek style place.
Sad Pete noises.
Shut up. And normally you've got to go up to the bar to get your drinks. They don't do table service of drinks, which is a bit annoying, but the food's good and it's the sort of place you go for an evening. It starts off quiet and everyone's chatting, and then some music comes on, and then tables get pushed aside and people start dancing. We didn't start dancing, but people start dancing.
That sounds like my worst nightmare.
For you it does. For other people it's quite a nice fun evening. But
those people are wrong. For
whatever reason, somehow they managed to overbook slightly. So there were too many people there. There was just enough chairs, but because there was us as a stag, there was a 40th birthday party. I think there was a hen going on in the other corner sort of thing. So everyone's a bit jammed in. Now we were jammed in right next to the bar, which means all we had to do to order drinks was turn around, which is very convenient. But because we were jammed in, they kept giving us free drinks as well, and it got messy.
Nice.
But I had a really good steak.
No, you didn't. You had a really unsafe steak.
I had a lovely steak.
It wasn't cooked enough, unfortunately.
It was cooked enough. If anything, it was slightly overcooked. It was closer to medium.
If you got any other item of food cooked to the same standard, you would say, "Can you please fully cook my food before you bring it to me?"
Yes, but it's not any other item of food. It's a steak, which should be cooked like that.
No, a steak shouldn't be cooked like that. A steak should be fully cooked all the way through.
One of the guys we went with ordered it blue, which is literally just like sear each side for like 2 seconds.
That's disgusting. You might as well just bite the cow at that point.
He probably would.
It's just disgusting. It's like eating your own tongue.
I'm not a fan of blue. Rare's okay, but I like medium rare. Medium rare is good, and it was
well done.
Such a good steak.
If there's any pink in it, I can't eat it. I'm sorry. It's just no.
Wrong. You're wrong, Pete.
No, I'm not.
But the way they do the sides at this restaurant as well is you don't get. Basically, on the plate, you get a steak, mushrooms, and a tomato. Well, I gave the tomato to someone else because I like tomatoes. But then they bring out a range of sides. You get crispy potatoes, which are good. Chips, which are okay. I'm not a huge fan of chips. Greek salad for some reason. I ate some of the cheese off it, but I didn't eat the salad. And rice. Good God, the rice was so good. It was like a slightly spiced, other shit added to it. Rice was really nice.
Stop making me hungry.
I'm getting hungry as well.
I get indigestion if I eat this late.
But yeah, we had that, and we had some slippery dicks.
Had some what?
Slippery dicks. And slippery nipples.
Slippery dicks. And slippery nipples.
I didn't have any slippery nipples because they got sambuca in. But I did have some slippery dicks.
Oh, is this a cocktail?
Yes. Well, it's a shot.
Right. A shot. I don't know.
Tia Maria and Bailey's is a slippery dick.
Can't you just call it a Tia Maria and Bailey's?
You can, but the bar woman had great fun saying, "Do you prefer dick or tits? Dick or nipples?" So I was like, I can't have nipples, I'm allergic, so I've got to have dick.
What?
It was fun.
I just despair. I despair, James.
I've had lots of alcoholic beverages.
It sounds like, other than the paintballing, it sounds like you had my nightmare of a night.
One of the guys had a steak well done. You could have had your steak well done.
No, I mean, like, not just I could have had my steak well done. I mean, like the amount of people and drinking.
Out of the 7 of us, 2 of them weren't drinking.
What you just said, there was like other stag do's and stuff in the same place.
But the 2 of our stag
lots
do's
of
weren't
people,
drinking.
lots of music, lots of noise. No, thank you.
Good.
No,
it was. And then
actually, the more I think about it, the more I just hate like any sort of social gathering, even stuff that's fairly easy to do. You know, like with your family. I have to like get into character.
You just don't like people, do you?
It's not. If I've got time to prepare for it, I'm okay. But if something gets dropped on me, I don't want to go anywhere. Like if I'm not
ready
for it.
The idea of a surprise party for you, your literal personal hell.
It is actually my literal personal hell, yeah.
It is. Your surprise party.
So far as to the fact that I actually took great pains to inform Charlotte when I was turning 30 to not plan a surprise party. because I would be very unhappy with it. And then we ended up doing something that I didn't know about. She booked a weekend away in Blackpool for us. It was very nice, actually. But she circumvented me and went round and asked my boss for the time off for it. So when I read my schedule and told her I was off, I said, like, how come I've got extra days off there? And he's like, well, you've got to have them off. And I was like, why? And then because I was worried I was like having shifts taken away from me, so he had to say something. He was like, right, don't let on that I've told you, but Charlotte's booked you a surprise, that's why you've got it off. I'm not taking your shifts off you. And then I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's not a surprise party, is it?
What the fuck have you done?
Yeah, I was just so pleased that I didn't have to do. Oh God, I would have been so pissed off.
You'd have used the cricket bat, wouldn't you?
No, I would have just been very angry for a couple of days.
Sit there just.
And I certainly wouldn't have enjoyed the night. You know, like I would have sat there. Thing is, like I tell her not to for her as well, because if she'd have thrown a surprise party for me, I would have sat there for the whole night with a face on, or I would have just left early in a grump. And she would have been upset that I wasn't grateful for it. But how could I be grateful for it when I wouldn't like that sort of thing? So I had to make sure that it didn't happen, because it would have upset her as well, and I didn't want that either. So it's a difficult thing to navigate social anxiety. It's very difficult, because you need to make sure that people know that it's not their fault when you get like that. It's like if I'm sat there for some reason and I can't engage in conversation and I just don't have it in me to do it, it's not me saying like, I hate you, blah, 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 blah. I just don't like the situation. I want to go and be on my own. I'll like just be in my own environment without so many people. It's too much going on. Sensory overload, I think, is what it is.
Or you're just a grumpy grump.
Maybe. But it genuinely overwhelms me. It's different when I'm at work. There's a lot of people, a lot of noise at work, but I'm being paid to be there, so I don't care.
Look, Pete, come to this party, I'll give you 20 quid. Would that work?
No, it actually wouldn't. I would give you 20 quid to not invite me again.
I'll give you £100.
No.
£10,000.
How long do I have to be there?
2 hours.
No.
$1 million.
For 2 hours, yeah.
And you have to interact with people.
All right.
I'll pretend you're enjoying it.
Pretend I'm enjoying it. That's going to cost you another $1 million.
Nope. $1 million and a can of Iron Brew.
I'm not. Up the Iron Brew, lower the money. No, I'm not really motivated by money like that.
What,
so
a case of Iron Brew and a pack of Scotch pancakes.
I would rather go without the money than be forced through something I don't like.
A case of Iron Brew and a pack of Scotch pancakes. It's my final offer.
What's
2 hours at a party? Pretend to enjoy it.
No, nowhere near enough.
A lorry of Scotch pancakes.
Depends how big the lorry is. No, I probably wouldn't accept that either.
44 foot
I
long,
just don't want
44
to be
ton, whatever it is, full of Scotch pancakes.
No, because they'd all go off before I got the chance to eat them.
A year's
what a
supply. You want a Scotch pancake, it appears in front of you for a year.
No, it's not worth it.
You're going to get fat, aren't you?
Well, I'd get fed up with the Scotch pancakes if that was the case, because every time I think about one, which is a lot, it would appear. And part of the joy is running out. Well, no, that's not part of the joy. Part of the joy is getting more after you've run out.
Yeah, you just get to it.
So you spend a couple of days thinking like, oh, I wish I had a Scotch pancake, and then you're ready for one again.
Imagine you're driving down the road and you're like, Scotch pancake, shit! I'll tide away for them, appear around the corner.
It's like, oh god, or just like in the car, just like start popping into existence.
Why?
Gary's mod sort of style.
Why do you always drive with the windows open? You'll see.
What happened? I thought of pancakes. And James cursed me the last time we had the voodoo party.
How many times a week do you think of Scotch pancakes?
It's a few times a day, I'll be honest. But I work around pancakes as well, so I naturally just think of them because I see pancakes.
McDonald's pancakes aren't good.
No, they're all right, I guess.
They're no Scotch pancake.
They're no Scotch pancake. Yeah, that's the problem.
Have you had the giant ones?
Yes.
They're good. My brother keeps getting them for work for me.
Very nice.
He delivers bread and other baked goods to shops.
He's into bread. Is he a duck? Ducks are into bread.
He's a lorry driver.
Okay, never mind.
What would you rather not have? Iron Brew or Scotch pancakes? If you had to lose one forever.
Probably Scotch pancakes.
So do you think of Iron Brew more than Scotch pancakes?
I didn't say that. I said you asked me which one I'd rather not have.
Which is more?
I probably think of Scotch pancakes more because I don't work around iron brew. Actually, no. What annoys me is that McDonald's up in Scotland has iron brew on the drinks towers.
Do they?
Don't. And yeah, well, I know they do because when we get our inventory list, it's on there. But obviously, we don't have any in stock because some stores have it. So
have you not been tempted to order some?
We don't have a syrup line set up for it, so even if I did, I couldn't do anything with it.
You could just drink the syrup.
I could, but I would have to perform the syrup line clean before I had it and after I moved it off again, which is like 4 hours worth of work each time. So
you could just drink the syrup.
There's a Tesco 10 steps across the road from us. I'll just go get iron brew from there if I'm that desperate.
Or just drink the syrup.
No, that would be horrible. The raw syrups for stuff like that, James, not tasty. Not tasty
No, they're
at
not.
all.
I tasted some Coke once. I was just like, pure sugar.
Yeah, it's sort of the only one that might be passable taste wise is Fanta, but even then I wouldn't recommend it.
Somehow, it's more sugar than is physically possible in that space. It's like super dense sugar.
Yeah, it is, because it's like 100 grams of it contains 150 grams of sugar or something like that.
I hate cleaning lines.
It's horrible, isn't it?
Such a pain in the ass. Is yours automated, or is it you actually got to do it yourselves?
We have to do it ourselves.
Because obviously,
it's not very tedious. You just have to do it for a long time. So,
ours used to be quite tedious. But then, how far is your line from? Like, how long is the line?
The line is about 28 meters, I think.
The fuck do you keep? Why is it so long? Or is it just all curved around inside?
It runs through the ceiling. So from the back of the store through the ceiling.
Oh,
to the front,
so
then back
I
down.
wasn't sure if your syrups were stored on the machine rather than because you've got multiple machines, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because obviously I used to work in a pub. Yeah,
There's a central place, the multiplex, where we plug the syrup lines in because we do typically have 2 boxes of the syrup plugged in at once. And then for the
how often
full
you got
fat
to change
cup,
the
we
box?
just have this massive. On a weekend, a couple of twice maybe.
That's not too bad.
For Monday and Tuesday, a box of 20 litres for like Diet Coke or something would last Monday and Tuesday. You change it on Wednesday. But for full fat Coke, we have a big 250 litres of raw syrup on this massive roll crate.
I would like to swim in it, please.
No, you wouldn't though, because it's horrible.
You imagine
it's so sticky as well. I got some on my eyelid once when I was changing it. It splashed into my eyelid. I didn't know it was there, and then.
To blink, you're like, oh shit.
Well, between that and the next time I blinked, I couldn't blink because it sealed my eyelid open. It's horrible.
If you got in it and then got out of it, would you see solid, do you reckon?
I don't know if it'd be that bad. I think it's just because the little droplets dried on my eyelid so quickly, but it was horrible.
But yeah, obviously I used to work in a pub, but we'd go through, sometimes we'd have to throw the boxes out because they went out of date.
Oh. Yeah, it gets used so quickly for us that it doesn't go out of date. But out of date syrup, I've heard, is horrible.
Pepsi and lemonade we'd go through,
Smelly.
but we also had Vimto and stuff for kids' drinks, and they just didn't sell quick enough.
Yeah.
But the smallest you can get them in, if you're doing it on tap, is 20 litres.
We have 7.5 litre ones.
The smallest we could get was 20.
Coke Zero comes in 7.5 litre ones, but it's suddenly selling really well. So we end up having instead of
horrible.
And we should switch it with the Sprite really. So Mr. McDonald's, if you're listening, make the Sprite one 7.5 litres because nobody buys that.
But then
make the Coke Zero ones 20.
Do yours come in McDonald's branded boxes?
No, they're branded Coca-Cola.
I wasn't sure if you guys had or McDonald's had their own reboxing side of
surprisingly,
it.
McDonald's don't have much of their own stuff. It's all made by other external companies that McDonald's just slap a brand on. So
that's what I meant.
All your
but
sauces.
I'd assume obviously Coca-Cola would still be made by Coca-Cola, but I assume McDonald's would go ours. Put a sticker on it.
Oh right, no. There's an M on the cup when you get it. But
yeah.
So all the fries are made by McCain.
Oh.
And the hash browns as well.
Hash browns are fucking good. Why do they stick to the bag? Why couldn't you make the bags slightly bigger so they actually fit a hash brown in it?
Well, it
and
depends.
Less sticky.
There's a couple of reasons. It could stick to the bag. If you order more than one and they sit on top of each other in the bag, then they're more likely to stick to the bag. Then.
Yeah, that normally happens.
Yeah, so if you just order one and you got your muffin in there with a hash brown, probably won't stick.
But normally,
it's when they stack together.
It's when I'm going to work at like 4 or 5 in the morning because we're going in early for something. I'll pick I have to drive past McDonald's, so I'll pick it up for me and Lance, who I work with, because we're going in that early before we have breakfast. So they give them to me in the bag, and I put the bag on the passenger seat, drive to work, and then put the bag on the roof, whatever car's parked in the front of the workshop, and then we eat breakfast. But in that 5 minutes it's taken, they've fused.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They fuse really quickly. It's just the oil that cooked in. And
well, get a better.
You sweat, don't
you? Okay, so the next question is, why is the little bag they put them in not big enough for it?
Well, it's supposed to stick out at the top.
It's like half of it sticks out.
Yeah, I don't know. I did like the way, so you can eat the top of it while it's still in the bag.
No, because what you do with them is you take them out and put them in the McMuffin.
You put them. I do that. Yeah.
But I also have the McMuffin with no egg.
Are you one of those that doesn't think they're real eggs?
No, I'm not a fan of eggs.
All right. Okay.
I like eggs if they're egg mayo or egg scrambled or scrambled egg.
I like eggs in a cake, but I don't think that counts by the time it gets to you.
I use them when I'm cooking, they don't count. I like egg fried rice as well, but yeah, generally I don't really like fried eggs.
Okay, no, me neither. The poached though, did you know that?
I don't like poached eggs either.
No, I didn't think you did, but I was just saying, did you know?
No, I didn't.
There you go. Now you know.
So when are you stealing me chicken nuggets? And when you do it, can you also steal me some sausages?
I'm not stealing anything for you.
Like when you acquire some chicken nuggets.
For legal reasons, not stolen.
Look, I'm coming up at the end of May.
Do you really think you could eat 750 nuggets?
Yes.
Because that's the box size.
I can put them in the freezer.
Well, you'd get so sick of them.
I've probably eaten more than 750 nuggets. Maybe not this year, last year.
You would get but if you had them in your freezer, you would probably go for them more often and get sick of them.
I don't know. I keep stuff in the freezer for like a year. Quite happily. I've got some pasties in there at the minute.
I've got steak bakes.
I've got a cash and carry card, and like all the corner shops around here that have got steak bakes or pasties and sausage rolls, they all get them from there. So I just bought a box of them. Fuck you guys! It was like 10 quid, and I got 40. It'd be rude not to at that price, wouldn't it?
It would actually, yeah. I'd be mad at you for not getting them at that price.
But yeah, one of the things I always wanted, if I ever won or earned a lot of money, what I'd really want to do is have Coke on tap in my house.
I don't think it's that expensive to do,
CO2 is getting more expensive.
Yeah.
And if you didn't use it enough,
get a soda stream.
It's not the same, is it?
I don't know. I never used one.
But yeah, if you didn't use it you'd have to use it a lot. Because the lines are going to get fucking nasty, aren't they?
Yeah. But then I suppose if you if you would use it to entertain, so when you got people around, you would just clean the line after they went. What?
I don't want people coming over.
You sound like me.
I want to use it for my house. I want to just have a little slot next to my desk that I can just put my head under. There we go.
Just on that note, I received video footage of someone in a close by store sticking their head under the ice cream machine and pouring it in. That didn't end well. They'd lost their job.
Of course they did, but you'd be tempted to, wouldn't you?
No, I've never. It's nearly 15 years I've worked there. I've never once been tempted to do that.
I ate some cheesecake, or I ate most of a cheesecake once when I worked at Spoons when I was leaving.
Nice.
Good cheesecake. Really good cheesecake. I've got cheesecake in the fridge. Oh, I'm getting cheesecake after the podcast. Can we end the podcast now?
It's nearly time, actually.
I want my cheesecake.
I mean, if you want to, you can just spend 3 minutes plugging the socials and we'll be all right.
Well, why 3 minutes? 59 minutes.
Well, we have to account for the 3 minutes of starting.
We only took like a minute to start, and we've got the intro bit to...
Why did we start so quickly? What's wrong with us?
Because we were chatting shit beforehand because I was doing TikTok stuff. So the normal wasted time we have chatting when we're actually recording, we weren't recording because I was doing TikTok stuff. Also, we have a TikTok now.
We mentioned that before. But in case you forgot...
You're telling me to plug the socials. Listening. I'm plugging the socials, and now you're fucking shouting at me.
Well, hang on. Just before we carry on. Theo, wake up. There we go.
You really want to just call him out, don't you?
Yeah. So fucking sleeping during our content, you bastard.
We'll do. Okay. Wake up!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
PC on! In case people are driving.
Okay. If you're driving, don't forget your car. So
we have
we
have a link tree now.
Twitter.
So if you go to linktr.ee/Woffum, WFOM, there's all the links should be on there for the
not Woffum.
To the Twitter, which is @ourmouths, for the YouTube, which we need to get to 100 people so we can have /Woffum. That's what. How do you pronounce it? Is that how you pronounce it?
I just say the podcast.
WFOM.
And assume that we're the only one in the world.
Woffum. And the TikTok's on there, which is, I don't know what TikTok is. I only set it up today. I can't open TikTok on my phone because it's going to make a lot of noise. What is the TikTok?
James, I've been playing with a piece of blue tack for this entire podcast.
I can click on the link tree and it will tell me.
It's been so warm, it won't stick to anything anymore.
TikTok is wordsfromourmouths because it wasn't taken. Our mouse wasn't available, that's why I didn't do that. But yeah, so go find us on Linktree and other places. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. We're also on Spotify. If you are on Spotify, please rate it. If you're on YouTube, please like and comment. We'd like to see comments. We do actually read the comments and most of the time reply. If not, we at least like them.
And James tells me when I need to reply, so then I go and reply.
Yes.
It's usually to my mum, though.
It is normally to your mum.
Which, I'll be honest, is the most interaction I have with my parents at all, really. So.
Hi, Pete's mum. Leslie?
That's right.
Hi, Leslie. Thanks for making Pete. Actually, no. Why did you make Pete?
She didn't mean to, God bless her. She wanted a gay son called Peter, and she ended up with me.
It's mostly there.
Mostly there. I am pretty gay.
Your words. Yeah, so if you're on, I said, on Spotify, rate it. On Apple, rate it again. I think there's a like on there as well, I don't know. YouTube, like, comment. Send us a tweet. Follow us on Twitter.
Alternatively, if you didn't like it,
follow us on TikTok. Comment on TikTok. Like the video on TikTok. I think that's all the socials. We have an Instagram. Don't know what it is. I just saved the name for one day when we get famous and we get a social media manager. They can do it. Also, if you want to be a social media manager and not get paid for it, let us know.
I hate how high your aspirations are for this.
Aim high.
Although we do have a guest who has 21,000 Twitch followers coming up.
Yeah, we have an actual. He professionally streams, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
We have a professional streamer on next week, so stay tuned for that. He also just went live on Twitch.
Did he? Oh, cool. I'll raid him now. Oh, no, I'm not streaming. Sorry, this is the wrong thing.
Right, yeah, so we're ending the podcast. We've been ending this podcast now for 3 minutes. This is the 3 minutes you wanted.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for listening. This has been Words From Our Mouths. I've been Pete. That's been James. This has been like very, very us.
Just pure random crap.
Yeah, this was a waste of your time. I feel sorry for you people who listen to this. Anyway, we'll catch you next time.
Next week should be better, or it's just going to be 3 people ranting rather than 2 of us.
It will be 3 people ranting instead of 2 of us. I can guarantee it. Well, see ya.